Feelings and Moral Decision, Week 8. Objectives. First, differentiate emotions and feelings to understand the contribution and non contribution to moral decisions and to know the ethics of love. What are emotions? Emotions are a distinctive feeling distinguished from reasoning or knowledge or beliefs. That is from the module. According to a neuroscientist, psychologist, and author, Lisa Feldman Barrett, in 2018, emotions are the on-the-spot meanings the brain gives to this external and internal sensory input or bodily sensations. Our emotions are constructed in the moment based on the sensory input that is from body and surroundings includes social environmental context, the goal, survive, human drives, etc. Predictions, memories accumulated from prior experiences. Emotional experiences have three parts. In other references, it is known as the three key elements of emotions. So we have subjective experience. On these elements of emotion, some experts believe that there are a number of basic universal emotions that are experienced by people all over the world, regardless of background or culture. Researchers also believe that experiencing emotion can be highly subjective. Let us consider anger. Is all anger the same? Your own experience might range from mild annoyance to blinding rage. While we have broad labels for emotion like angry, happy, or sad, your own experience of this emotion may be much or more multidimensional, hence subjective. On the other hand, we have the physiological response. Have you ever felt your stomach lurch from anxiety or your heart palpitate with fear? Then, our emotions also cause strong physiological reactions. That is relevant to what we call the Cannon-Barr theory of emotions. We feel emotions and experience physiological reactions simultaneously. Many of the physiological responses you experience during an emotion, such as sweaty palms or a racing heartbeat, are regulated by what we call the sympathetic nervous system, a branch of what we call autonomic nervous system. Amygdala itself is a tiny almond-shaped structure that has been linked to motivational states such as hunger and thirst, as well as memory and emotion. Researchers have used imaging to show that when people are shown threatening images, amygdala becomes activated. Damage to amygdala has also been shown to impair the fear response. And the last key elements of emotion is what we call behavioral response. The final component is perhaps one that you are most familiar with, the actual expression of the emotion we have. We spend significant amount of time interpreting the emotional expressions of the people around us. Our ability to accurately understand these expressions is tied to what psychologists call emotional intelligence. And these expressions play a major part in our overall body language. On the other hand, research also suggests that many expressions are considered universal, such as smile to indicate happiness, frown to indicate sadness. Sociocultural norms also play a role in how we express or interpret our emotions. For example, in Japan, people tend to hide or display the fear that they have or discuss when there is an authority figure present. On the other hand, in Western culture like US, they are more likely to express negative emotions both alone or in presence of other people. Now, what is emotional intelligence? So, emotional intelligence refers to the ability to identify and manage one's own emotions as well as the emotion of others. So, that is from psychologytoday.com. On the other hand, what are feelings? It refers to an emotional state or reaction, according to our module. It is also the feelings or the conscious experience of emotional reaction. So that is according to Dr. Breen Farnsworth. So can you look at someone's face and know what they're feeling? So these are the type of basic emotions: happiness, sadness, fear, disgust, anger, and surprise. The following are wrong and sometimes harmful. Myth: our emotions are hardwired by evolution in our limbic or reptilian brain, and emotions are triggered. Another myth: across the globe, humans have universal facial expression for core emotions. Example is joy causes smiling. Another myth is that the amygdala is the fear center of the brain. Another myth: we cannot go wrong trusting our gut feeling or instinct. Emotions or feelings do not play any role in a human act and are not justifiable with regard to moral decisions. It can never be used as an excuse for our negative actions. For if we allow our emotions to decide, then we are not acting as human beings. In relation to that, we have what we call human acts. Human acts are human actions men perform knowingly, freely, and voluntarily. Human acts must have these three qualifications. First, he must be fully aware of what he is doing or what he will do. Second, he used his freedom of choice to decide using his innate free will. And third, his decision is not coerced by any outside factor. Now let's move on to the ethics of love. What is love? Love is an intense feeling of deep affection. Man can love another person, thing, or event even if it does not render love in return. So the ethical aspects in love involve the moral appropriateness of loving. In ancient Greece, there are different kinds of love. We have what we call the eros. Eros is the Greek word for sensual or romantic love. So it is the physical, sensual intimacy between a husband and a wife. Another kind of love is what we call philia. It generally refers to the affection felt between friends or family members. And the last kind of love is the agape. So agape is a form of love that is commonly referred to as neighborly love or sometimes universal love. It rests on the idea that all people are our brothers and sisters who deserve our care and respect. So let me leave you the quote for today. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. That is from Marcus Aurelius. Thank you so much for listening.